there, pasta people, Your Perfect Nightmare here. So today's a special day for me because it's been 1 year since I uploaded my first creepypasta. If you want to skip this intro, I'll try to put a timestamp or something in the annotation or in the description, so you can skip ahead if you're not really interested on how I got started. Anyways, I'd like to point out that it hasn't been a year since I created this channel. I started the channel on August 5th, which is a date stamp on even my earliest videos. That's because I originally began narrating these on my old channel. My first creepypasta was Don't Turn Your Back on Me, and I did that to prove that I could. At the time, I was obsessed with Creepypasta, and I loved all his videos, and I kind of wondered if I could do the same type of narration. I asked some of my friends, and they all basically said, no, you don't have the voice to be creepy. I don't think you could pull it off. That's what originally motivated me to try narrating. Once I showed my friends, they were all really impressed by how well I pulled off creepy, and I was surprised at how much I enjoyed putting together narrations, syncing up music, the narration itself, sound effects, things like that. I put together a few more narrations before I began getting some subscribers and comments on my videos, so I decided to make a channel around the new hobby, as a creepy narrator should have a creepy name. That's how I created Your Perfect Nightmare. I created the channel around the same time I was working on my first collaboration, Motel, with Scary Storytime with Liam. I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to debut my new account. So from there, I kept making videos, and I like to think I've improved my narrations, so here I am, 1 year later. I never knew I'd get this far or this many subscribers, and I'm so grateful to everyone, whether you subscribed today, yesterday, or whether you subscribed back in August. Heck, even if you were watching my old channel before I moved over here, I am so grateful for every single view and every single comment. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate everything you guys have done for me. So the pasta I'm narrating today is also one written by the very talented Liam, and I hope I can live up to his narration of it, which is absolutely fantastic. Just saying. Thank you all for your amazing, ongoing support, and I'll see you on Friday. Enjoy! What the hell, man? I cried. You didn't feed the fish? I'm sorry, my friend cried, his face genuinely appalled. I didn't even think. Clearly, I snapped back. Dude, even if you just did it once, they would have been fine. I stared at the tank, the pale white carcasses floating like leaves on the surface, their flesh riddled with bite marks. The tank was murky and stale, some of the bodies lying at the bottom in the brown gravel, stripped away, little left but backbone. Shit, he cringed, looking at the carcasses. I think they started to eat each other. I sighed. Jeez, dude, it's not that hard to remember. I know fish aren't exactly the most important pets to you, but come on, that's just messed up. He looked sick with regret. I know, he cringed. Seriously, I'm so sorry. I didn't even come into your room once while I was here. I honestly didn't read the instructions you had on how to care for your animals. I didn't even know you had fish. I was more concerned about the kids, of course. It's fine, I groaned. I suppose anyone could have made the same mistake. Don't sweat it too much, as long as you fed the kids. He chuckled slightly. You know, I don't know who the hell agrees to watch 3 different families' children all at once, but you can hardly take credit for it when you pawn them off to me for a week. I don't even know the damn families whose kids I'm watching. I deserve a medal. Yeah, sorry about that, I said. I'm seriously so grateful. You're amazing for doing that for me. How long do you have to watch them anyway? He asked. I don't know, I said, shrugging. As long as it takes, I guess. He laughed. Sucks being so nice, doesn't it? I'm sure those families will be in debt to you for eternity, though. Yeah, I grinned softly. I don't really mind, though. Anything I can do to help. He sighed, his eyebrows knitting in worry again as he breathed. I really am sorry about the fish, though. That sucks. Seriously, I said. It's fine. You don't have to keep saying you're sorry. I punched him lightly in the shoulder, continuing. But as punishment, you've got to clean out the tank. He smiled slightly. All right. He began searching around in the cabinet underneath the tank for a net. No, I said, chuckling slightly. Not like that, dude. He looked back at me, confused now. With your hands, I laughed, making a scooping motion with my arms. His glance flashed to the tank before turning to me. His face softened and he grinned. unable to keep from laughing as a grin splintered across my face as well. "Ha ha," he laughed. "Very funny, but I think I'll pass on that one." My grin fractured into an even larger one, and I burst out laughing as he searched around the cabinet even harder. "Dude, I don't know where the net is," I laughed. "I lost it long ago. It's not under there. Don't be such a little bitch." He was crouched down as his eyes looked up at me. Wait, seriously?" he stammered. I made a scooping motion again and grinned. "Come on, dude," I chuckled. "Is it really that hard?" He nervously laughed. He stammered as he stood upright and looked down into the tank. "You're being serious right now?" "Hey," I said, throwing up my arms and smiling. "You killed him." He scoffed, rolling up his sleeves grudgingly and turning to the tank. The stagnant water was murky and dull, the corpses leaking foulness into the tank. "Start with the biggest one," I said, a sly grin seeping out across my face. That one was my champion. He grinned awkwardly. "You're enjoying torturing me, aren't you?" "Kinda," I laughed. "But seriously, I want you to appreciate how freaking awesome that fish is. See the scars all along his body? See how his left gill is torn off? What a badass. He fought his way to the top." My friend laughed, moving his hand toward the bobbing corpse slowly, wincing as he felt its slimy body with his fingertips. "It's a shame to lose that one," I giggled. "He started not even waiting for the other fish to die of starvation before picking them apart." My friend's hand stopped mid-scoop as I continued. "The second biggest guy there was faster, so he usually got to the flake first. But this brute didn't give a shit about that." I laughed, leaning in close to the tank, nearly pressing my eyes against the glass. I pointed at a large spinal cord in the gravel, smiling. "Guess Mr. Second Place wasn't fast enough." My friend stopped, his hand pulling out of the tank slightly as he looked at me. "Did you know these fish are normally vegetarians?" I beamed, looking at the little fish bones scattered all along the bottom. "That changes when you feed them one flake every other day. When there's not enough food for all of them, you weed out the weak and only the strong survive." I poked the glass, making a boop sound before rising to my feet. I gave my friend a joking evil eye and snapped out, "But if you don't feed them at all, you kill even the winners, don't you, Travis?" I couldn't stop myself from smiling and breaking my evil eye as I laughed. "Now come on, get on with the cleaning." He looked extremely concerned, staring at me with disbelief. I just laughed louder, my grin splintering my face in half. "Dude, it's fine. I'm not that bummed about losing him. I'm just messing with you. I'll get another batch soon. I needed to start over anyway. Just pick up the damn fish." He slowly scooped, holding the corpse in his hand now, as he continued to look at me strangely. He looked as if he was about to speak, but I cut him off with another bout of laughter. "Finally!" I grinned, walking out of the room and motioning for him to follow. "Come on," I laughed. "Don't you dare drop that." We walked out into the living room, where the three kids sat in a playpen. Travis started walking over to the trash can, but I stopped him, pointing to the playpen. "Just throw it in there," I smiled, giving a toothy grin. "Right between them if you can." I suddenly stopped as I looked at the children. Something was off about them. They all looked fat. "Wait a minute!" I shrieked, panic consuming me. "You gave enough food for all three of them?"